I was at the counter at the hotel, and the lady there was talking about other places to eat. And she's like, I don't really go to all the places where everybody goes. And we started talking about this place called The Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to figure out what we wanted to eat. And my wife's like, all right, I'll look something up. And the first thing that popped up was The Rocket. I was like, that's one the lady was talking about at the desk. And
that means it's good.
yeah, and so we went there. So it was like, all right, yeah, we'll just get the burgers. They had other stuff on the menu, but they're known for their burgers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're cheap. Like I got it, a burger meal for $11. Like, okay. It's good old fashioned burgers. And this stuff was this was an amazing burger. It's just like how I remember it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like when burgers were everything.
Brought a tear to your eye. The nostalgia.
Yeah, that's what it tasted like. It tasted like I was 4 years old eating a burger for the first time.
Oh damn.
It was big, it was juicy, it was like it was good. Like didn't have anything special on it, it had lettuce, pickle, tomato, ketchup and mustard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the bun was good. Yeah. What's up, man?
It's up.
It's up. That's rough, buddy.
I said, what's up?
Oh, okay. I thought you said it's up, and it's like, that's when, when a office worker tells, you're like, oh, how's it going, man? They go, it's going. That means like they're about to jump off the roof. That's what it means.
Oh, no. Every lawyer, when you ask how they are, they'll say, living the dream. And you're like,
yeah.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Take a day off, buddy.
Is everything okay?
It's going all the time. I say it's going all the time. And I never am going to jump off the roof.
Oh, okay.
Not even if I'm going to use my poncho as a parachute.
Seeing office workers, it's like, oh, it's going, or living the dream. It's like we are one step away.
Damn it, I say living the dream all the time, too.
Oh,
Am I secretly suicidal?
You tell me.
That or you just hate your job.
I say living the dream when I'm at drill.
Yeah, there you go. You're in an office then.
Yeah. Now I got 4 more years of that mess.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's going.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like one more, like the copier glitches one more time, you're gonna smash it with your fist and then walk out of the building and never come back.
Oh,
that's
I hate
what
that copy
living the dream.
I really hate that copy machine, and I want to go Office Space on it every time I'm at drill.
Yeah. I've become a night shift's like de facto IT guy. Like even the other shift will like call me because they know that I'm up and they're like, hey Bailey, how do you get this thing on the computer to work? And like I'll fucking talk them through it. Because like day shift, there's a help desk, but they close at 9. So if night shift has an IT problem, they call Bailey because she's a fucking nerd. And when she's at home, she's always on her computer.
Nerd.
And I'm like, guys, the way that you solve all the because there's a computer website thing we do to keep everyone's like files and documents and what clothes they're supposed to be wearing and stuff, their next of kin's addresses, that's all in one big website because we don't use paper anymore. And so the way to figure out how it works is imagine that you're the computer guy designing the website. Your only thought should be, where would a logical place for this to be? If you don't see it, that means you need to go find it. So if you're looking for, like, we got a guy from the medical examiner and you want to find his fingerprints, because if they already have them, we can give them to the family as a keepsake. So, where would that be, logically? Oh yeah, in the fucking documents tab with everything else.
I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense, Bailey.
Yeah, and all the scanners are on the fritz, like they don't really work that well, but we have a gigantic copier that takes up like an entire closet. And that scanner's always been connected to the Wi-Fi. And so if it's not working, well, there's like no one knows what an Ethernet cable is. I'm like, well, you see that blue wire that goes into the wall and then goes into every single computer? That has to be plugged in for that to work. It's an important wire.
You just made me feel old again. Talking about the Ethernet cable. That's how we used to hook up when I was in Okinawa. We used to hook up 16 Xboxes together to play Halo.
Yeah, and now it's just 16 computers and copiers and printers, and it's... Guys, I know that there's Wi-Fi, but...
That was the last time I heard the word Ethernet cable.
You haven't heard it since?
Nope.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could Throwback Thursday you. Oh no, my company uses them. And even like it's like practical things like the emergency eye wash station. So like it's leaking, right? And it doesn't drain anywhere. It just goes all over the floor. Because if you need the emergency eye wash station, a wet floor is no longer your biggest problem. And so it's leaking all over the floor. And I'm like, well, you see the like little lifty thing that you press back to make it turn on, because it's big. So like when you're blind, you can like, push it. Mm-hmm. If that's not pulled all the way to the front, that's why the water's coming out.
Oh, that's why the water's coming out.
Oh, baby. I'm like, guys.
Yeah, see, you didn't reach the ranks in the army where your common sense tends to go out the window.
Yeah, see, I still get the good idea fairy every now and then.
Yeah, you left the army while you still had brain cells.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's do D&D.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, here's Wonderball.
Yeah.
New day!
Current time, it is very late night, day 37 of 1379. Last game, you guys had dinner with the royal family and told them about Stephen Puyo and possibly Ash Barlow coming to Thunderscrim, Henry's artificial lungs. We touched on Emperor Claudius, and I feel like there was something else that we talked about, but I haven't edited yet, so I don't remember what it was.
Go
ahead.
Hung out with Vic at the end, and we talked about the acceptance of the metal kids.
Yeah. And then after going to the Magnificent Workshop, because the wizards believe that the Paperclip Labs are monitored in some way, Jasmine, Dennis's very familiar, confessed to Carolina that she was a Vivianite, and that Dennis helped make all the riddles and puzzles he solved in Preford, and that they are in contact with Vivianites who are doing espionage in Stone Garden and with the Trucers in Stone Mill. Currently, you are in the Paperclip Labs. Dennis, Margaret, Jasmine, Garfield, Jean, and Kimmer look like they're about to go to bed. The Forgeborn are here, but they're not going to go to sleep. The social worker type lady has left, but she's going to go talk to people about what to do with Kimmer and Jean should they not be able to find their parents, because they're Thunderscramians, so they're under the opinion that necromancers and a Sonkrelian wizard are not good people for kids to be around. But that's just their, opinion, man, But what do you guys do?
I already caused enough trouble in this city. I directly confronted Vic.
And you've only been here for 10 hours.
Yep.
Oh no, you've been here for a couple days. The others have only been here for 10 hours.
Yeah, but I like to count my shenanigans whenever other people are around to stop me. Otherwise, it's just me being me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do?
It's night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 10 or 11.
We just bed down for the day.
Yeah, probably just go to sleep. Tomorrow's a new day.
You on board with that, Carolina?
Tomorrow is another day.
Yeah. Okay. She needs to wake up so she can smile again.
Okay. Where are you guys going to go to sleep? Because there are, pseudo apartments in the Paperclip Labs. The wizards that King Henry's grandfather, King Martin, hired to look for the Ethereum shard when it disappeared into King James. this was their old laboratory, and it used to be massive and way fancier, but they've like converted it in, like August lives here like all the time. And so there's like other rooms that they've like dragged their furniture in for Margaret, because she's been here for the last like 15 years. And then obviously Dennis. But there are other rooms that like have beds in them for if some other scientist comes to visit. They're also what's a pseudo embassy. The newsroom is very isolated, but they do occasionally have other diplomats stay over. That's where Pale's been the last couple of days, and there are like very basic rooms there. There are also several inns in town if you wanted to leave the castle, but that's up to you.
I mean, we should probably stay either in the workshop or our own rooms.
You could also sleep in the fucking workshop, that too. Yeah, it's still... the door's still here in the lab. Yeah.
We just really shouldn't let on that we know that we're being watched.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we just sleep at our workshop.
Yeah, workshop it is. I'm gonna leave the note of juicy gossip somewhere in the paperclip lab.
Okay.
I'll get that in the morning.
Cool. That's... The kids will probably be in the lab or the workshop doing more of their brethren and sisterin until they, take a nap and then get back up to doing it. And stuff with the Shield Guardian. But yeah, you guys go to sleep. And then you... Pale, make me a religion check.
Oh, thank God. What's our religion? +7. That's a 16.
Okay. You get ascending from Pastor Vespic he's still in Goldbury. He says, had a dream about you ascending. Congratulations. Honored to serve. Still in Goldbury. Found the corpse of a half-elf who's been consumed by a magical plant of some kind on my kitchen table, wrapped in a black sheet wearing our holy symbol. Do you know who this is, and are the plants contagious?
Probably Ash Barlow. Be very careful. Do not touch the plants. I have his soul.
Well, I always wanted to meet the guy, but not like this. Oh.
He'll be okay.
Shit.
Just don't touch.
What do I do with him?
Now, wait. We need all the parts collected and then to destroy them. That way we can bring him back. Otherwise, the soul will incorporate.
There's like a bunch of like other sorts of sprigs and twigs and other roots, and there's like an extra hand that just has roots growing out of it.
Yeah, just if you've gotten the okay, destroy all of them. Destroy the ashes that come with them. Every single asset of it must be totally and wholly destroyed. Absolutely.
Understood. I know a mortician.
Yeah, they bind completely and permanently, so don't.
Gloves it is. And he gives you the mental image of a salute.
I'll send one back, just like a little, thanks, buddy. Careful out there.
You get the idea that the plants kept eating Ash Barlow's corpse, so it looked terrible. And Merkul didn't want to risk Jean seeing that, which is why he sent it to Vespic instead of you.
Understandable. That's horrifying.
So by morning, as you get this message as you're getting into bed, so by morning, Ash's body will be destroyed.
Thank God.
So long as Vespic doesn't get caught disposing of a corpse, essentially, but he knows a mortician, so maybe he's got a buddy with a crematory.
He knows a guy.
Yeah. But that's my self-insert character, is the mortician that Vespic knows. Not really. But
named Morticia.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is she related to the courier?
That's a good question.
I don't like that idea. Yeah, gonna try and talk to the soul and be like, "Hey, little buddy, it's almost time."
Make a persuasion or religion check. I know you're gonna choose religion, actually, now that I...
Yep. That's a 17.
Imagine someone curled into a loose fetal position on the floor, and they're too tired to cry.
Buddy. Oh. Yeah. Hey, listen, we're gonna get you back if you want to come back. If you don't, I will let you rest. You know that I'm not gonna force it. But if you want, we're waiting here, and if you don't want, I'll see you when I get there.
You can't talk to the soul magazines when they're not in any kind of form.
Yeah.
But, maybe he knows,
Yeah. Brutal. And I'm gonna let the crew know, like, hey, should be good to go soon.
Who do you mean by the crew?
Oh, Bastion and Carolina.
Okay.
And I guess I'll also send a line to the necromancers.
Yeah, do you do this in the morning or that night?
The morning. I'm gonna let everyone get some rest.
Yeah, so in the morning, do you guys just go tell them at breakfast or what? Do you let Jean hear this?
Oh, I do not let the child hear anything.
Okay.
She can just waste away wondering what's going on.
Yeah, Dennis and Margaret would immediately, covertly start packing up things they know are going to be needed for the spell. Here, I had notes on this. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, so it's Margaret, August, and James can cast True Resurrection. Jean can cast Reincarnate. Regular Resurrection won't do because he needs a completely new body, but those are the two spells, I guess, other than Wish, which can do it. Yeah, but they start covertly packing, like, candles and crystals and shit. And would ask you, so that you're allowed to do it in the Paperclip Labs. King Henry said so. Or you could also do it outside of town.
Hey, let's do it outside of town. That way, when he comes into the city, we can give him a proper welcome.
Okay. Is there anything the other two of you want to do this morning?
No.
Oh. And Carolina, make me a perception check. Or actually, no. Roll a d20. That's how the No Juicy Gossip works. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. D20. 18.
All right. You see the note of juicy gossip. You don't know who's saying this, as usual, but somebody in the night has apparently said or thought, how do we get into that door? You can only assume they mean the Magnificent Mansion. But then next to the note, you see handwriting you don't know, but it's written with the same pen as the note of juicy gossip. And it says, I want to talk. Take it as a sign of good faith that I came here to you instead of killing the king last night. And it's signed Iris, who you may remember was Kara's, mentor.
Okay. I imagine she's still in the vicinity, so I would like to make a perception check and see if I see her.
Okay, go ahead.
26.
Okay. You smell passion fruit coming out of an air shaft.
Can I use my wings here?
You can, but you're also in a lab. I mean, the lab's got a 20-foot ceiling, but...
Okay. I'll just do some acrobatics and use my immovable rod and get to the air shaft.
Okay. I know you can do it, but make an acrobatics check to see how graceful it is. Just for fun.
Not very. 10.
A 10? Okay, you do struggle because your wings are 15 feet long, and you probably knock over a beaker or something, but Dennis would be like, no, it's fine, we'll sweep it up, and they're like, what are you doing going into the... Yeah, but you eventually get to the air shaft door. It is big enough for you to crawl through.
I'm gonna shrink down and go in.
Okay.
Ignoring Dennis.
What? Ignoring Dennis? Yeah. You, in like a minute of crawling through the air shaft, like, what is it, Die Hard? Yeah. But you eventually get to like a spot where it's the size of a walk-in closet. And Iris, the elderly monk, is standing there with her arms crossed. She doesn't have any weapons out. She's just leaning against the wall, 1 foot back, silver hair covering her face a little bit, and she brushes out of the way as you get there.
I don't like small spaces. You right?
I know. Yes. Let me just say this. What would you do if someone had your daughter's soul in a ring? Assuming you had a daughter. Yes. I raised Kara from a baby. Working for her parents, sure. But I raised her from a baby. And you have her soul in a ring. That's a problem for me. I hope you can understand.
I understand that. I'd be pretty upset too.
I'd like her back.
But what... Is that time sensitive?
The only thing I worry about as far as... I'm not going to fight you for it, because you'd win. However, I don't want you to hold on to it simply because you have a dangerous life. You have powerful enemies. When someone who can kill you comes around, I don't want my daughter to be battlefield loot. Or even worse, stolen by another god. I'm willing to negotiate whatever your terms are. I can already say, you will never hear her name again. Just give her back to me.
I would like to give her back to you. Like I just said, I understand how that would make you feel. But at the same time, if there's some way that you would know how to bring her back, I wouldn't want her springing back up on me.
Yes. She is hard-headed. And I can guarantee that she'll still want to prevent Claudius from becoming a god at any cost. But for her sake and yours, I will keep her out of your way. At any cost. And I'm well aware that you'd be able to kill her again. I will swear to you, now, that if you give me her soul, I will try to convince her to leave King Henry be. And if I cannot convince her, I will ensure that Vivian will not let her come back to life. And we will go to heaven together.
How about another proposition?
I'm listening.
You say you don't want her to become battlefield loot.
Yes.
Okay. How about I leave her with a neutral party that will have orders that upon my death, she be delivered to you. And she is not on my person in the instance I die. But, someone like the courier.
Would he do that?
He's a very mysterious being, but every time he needs something delivered or done, he does it.
And he's the neutral party. You think he'd just hang on to her?
He has no other need for her.
Make a persuasion check.
21.
She says, I will write a bunch of letters to send to random people Because I don't know if you've noticed, but the amount of things you want to tell someone, it's like a gravitational pull. So I'm going to go write 1,000 letters that I will, quote, quote, need to send. And then if you hand it to him and he accepts it, then that is acceptable. Because he is a powerful being that I think could outrun anyone. But if he doesn't take it, though, I will be continuing to negotiate with you.
Fair enough.
She stands up again off the wall to shake your hand.
I return the shake.
Okay. And then she's going to give you a bow and then keep going through the air shaft away from you.
I return the bow and then I ask, is there another way out of here?
The way
Bigger
you...
one?
She points to, like, the... you're in, like, a... you know, separation box or whatever. I don't really know how air shafts work. Listen. She points to an air shaft that is, like, the main one, and she says you could go that way, and it is a wider tube. However, you'd have to, like, break a fan to get out to the next place to, go. And, like, I'm sure you'll be fine, but, like, a normal person would lose some fingers, you know? And then also, the kingdom would have to fix the fan.
I'm not very good at fixing things. Breaking, I can do. Okay, fine. I'll go back down the tiny shaft. I don't like small things. Okay. Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, she nods and goes away.
Nice. Fucking squeeze through fucking wormhole.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and then Carolina comes back down the air shaft. So all of you heard Garfield and Jean and Margaret and Jasmine. I don't know what the other two of you are doing, but they're kind of like staring up at the ceiling, like waiting for you to come back or something as the banging of you crawling through gets louder and louder.
Not graceful at all.
No.
Cussing the whole way down.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable.
Just like Die Hard.
Just like that.
My favorite Christmas movie.
Don't you start.
It is a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
This isn't a discussion.
It's just a fact. Gravity, Christmas movie. It's the same.
It is a fact.
Yeah,
It is a fact. Just like the
Gravity, heliocentrism, Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Strongest theories.
You're all monsters. Respect
All right.
you're all monsters.
Pale, make another persuasion check.
I don't wanna. Okay. That is it. Oh shit! That's a dirty 20.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Nice.
August, 9'10", champion of Soon, comes in this room with a jar, and looks to you three, and motions toward your magnificent workshop.
Let's hop on in.
Yeah. And fun enough, the door opens wider as he starts to go through it. Because usually it's like, a 7-foot door. But it gets taller for him, and then goes back into... Does everyone go into the workshop?
Yeah. I do.
Okay. August holds a jar, and inside of it, it's a crystal jar, like a fancy one, and it has like delicate roses etched into the glass. Inside of this are diamonds. They're teardrop shaped and tinted black, about the size of a thumbnail. Even in the jar, you can feel Soon's holy aura. And he says, I'm offering these because in a certain sense, they belong to you. These are some of the very tears that Soon herself cried as Stephen was taken from Merkul and Merkul lost the ability to feel emotions. Secretly and in very narrow circumstances, our gods were briefly friends. She gave him advice on feelings. So, if you use these diamonds, for Ash Barlow. It will make him remember his loves on Earth more strongly. It can't force him, still, but it'll be easier to convince his conscience. And I will give these to you on the very specific condition that he never murders another innocent person again. No matter the reason, no matter the consequences, not even if he thinks it is the last button to push for the apocalypse. And granted, you may not always be there to stop him, but you must swear to me that neither you, Merkul, nor any other Merkulian will stand in my way as I kill him should he do so again. And that if he ever gets another relationship, that he attend couples counseling.
The second one is probably going to be harder to convince him of, I'm going to be honest. However, when you say innocent, should he have the throat of Claudius in his hand?
That man's not innocent.
Okay, so innocent in the true meaning, not just any like. He can still kill those Zerg.
Correct. I'll put it this way. If King Henry would kill them, then it's fine.
Oh, now you're being a little hyper-technical, but I understand where you're coming from.
It's, you are making this vow to myself, Soon, Ilmater, King James, and most of all King Henry, all of whom that I have told that I'm doing this. Do you understand?
Absolutely. And I am very happy to say absolutely.
He hands you the jar. And there are 5 of Soon's black diamond tears. You only need 1, by the way.
Oh, hey, back up.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
And maybe they have other uses, you don't know.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Way too much power for me to have.
Yeah, it's a lot in this jar. You don't know what would happen if you hit one with a hammer or something. You know the St. Rupert's drops?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Crush it up and snort it.
Yeah.
No.
You just get a grinder.
There's no telling what God's tears will do to your mucous membranes. Yeah.
Oh God.
Are we partying?
No, not with these.
Party!
And then August will bow out and go back to whatever he was doing.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean the door gets bigger again for him.
He still ducks.
I mean probably a little. That's the problem with being a giant in any town. It's it's a lot of head injuries for giants, unfortunately.
He deserves better.
I got a potion of diminutism, or Dominion, however you say it.
You make a normal-sized and medium creature.
Nice.
Pretty sure he knows that spell.
Probably, but he's just surviving. So I guess we're off to bring back the boy.
Yeah.
No. We hate wizards.
It's who are you bringing with you and where are you going?
The loving couple.
Mm-hmm.
I will
typical
let
two.
Taylor wander around the city alone.
No, I'm bringing you guys with me. Come on.
Oh no, before I would go with you just because you would get into trouble, and I wanted to make sure that you were safe. And now it's because you're a disciple or champion of Merkul, and everybody will generally just want to kill you. So, still making sure you're safe.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go with them. Yeah, I'm just thinking those 4, the little fairy, and yeah, I want to keep the circle small. I have to get anyone else to bring. No.
Not to her own dad's resurrection. Which, on the one hand, if he says no, that's going to be fucking devastating to her.
It will brutalize her for life. But if he says yes, then she gets to see him reborn, and the first thing he can touch is her face.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring her as well, but the whole way there, I'm going to walk her through, I need you to understand what could happen. I know I've already explained it, but I need to explain it to you again. Please. Please.
She demands that you give her dad's trench coat.
If he says yes...
No, she wants to wear it right now.
Yeah, fine.
Listen, it was her dad's weighted blanket. She needs it. And so does he when he wakes up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Alright, so where are you guys going? Because there are just mountains.
Henry's vacation cabin.
Okay.
Where he had the party at.
Alright, how are you getting there?
Oh, we're wind walking.
Okay. Yeah, while you're wind walking, Pastor Vespic would radio you that they have absolutely obliterated down to the ashes. They did melt a little bit of the retort in the crematory, but he'll reimburse his friend. So.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, good to go. Let's go crazy and bring this bad boy back.
Okay. And again, Margaret can cast True Resurrection. Are you going to have her be the one to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when you get a whole new spicy body.
Yes.
Yeah, I want that to happen.
Or let me look at the spell just so I can describe the thing you're about to do. Because I know that it is the one that you need, but
Yeah. As much fun as Revive would be.
Yes.
Doesn't really work. It'd be so funny when he comes back as a dwarf.
No, that's Reincarnate.
Dang it.
Yeah. I think Reincarnate might only be a druid spell. It is? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so True Resurrection. I mean, maybe if you prayed to Merkul very, very hard, he could force Ash to be a dwarf. But you don't know. But Margaret, with Dennis and Jasmine's help, will set up, they brought a bag of holding full of all their stuff. And Jean is mostly leaning against a tree and probably making the tree grow a lot as she's, nervous. It's like a nervous habit. She's growing some ivy or something as she's wearing her dad's trench coat and holding the owlbear toy. And they set up a table that they brought in a bag of holding and, a big cloth on it, and they start burning stuff and saying, a holy rite or whatever, because the casting time is an hour.
What?
So they would... How would you... Being that you're the main Merkul... I could make up what Merkul's, resurrection ritual is. But what do you three, who are all principal holy people, what would you add to a resurrection ceremony?
If a Merkulian resurrection ceremony?
Yeah, why not? Or, maybe Gond has some magic that would help. Because you're already using Soon's tears.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I've got a skull from a guy we just fucking murdered somewhere. I could have sworn I kept a skull. Or maybe an arm.
You've got Katrina's entire dead body.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't actually have a whole lot in my backpack that's just miscellaneous. It's kind of all either important magical shit or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
It's Carolina. Vivian is a phoenix. Do you know of anything, words to say or things you could add to the spell components that might help Barlow come back? If you want. Maybe you don't like the guy. I don't know.
Oh, I was muted the whole time.
Yeah,
I was trying to say, I would send up a prayer to Vivian, and I would add Phoenix feathers to the casting.
Okay.
I've made a bunch of bodies before. I'm familiar with kind of the whole process of that. I think I'm just gonna mentally sketch out the entire schematics of a human body, or at least one of the Forgeborn bodies, which I'm assuming.
Meditate on a circulatory system?
Yeah, meditate on the organs, their functions, all that fun stuff.
Okay.
I would burn Phoenix feathers.
Nice. How about you, Pale?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I would,
You're good.
I would start by just just burning my top 2 spells and bringing out 2 different what's the word? I'm trying to look for the spell. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. I just had it up.
Where you bring a friend from heaven?
Yeah. Cleaner ally. That's it. So I'm casting that once because I'm too high level to cast it twice now.
Okay.
Top spell's out low. So I'm phoning a friend, and I'm going to lay down to burn, ritualistically, the last nail that I held on to, that he was tortured with. All 3, the 3 nails.
Mm-hmm.
Some star sugar, just for giggles,
Sure.
And I'm going to also, when it begins, just very lightly cut my hand with the communion blade and touch the thing that has his mind in it to my head, just to try and help call out to him.
Okay. Do you have anyone in heaven that you particularly want Merkul to send to you?
Who was someone that...
You know all of Ash's memories, so you know who people who are important to him are?
I don't want anyone important to him. I want someone important to someone that's important to him. I want someone that would call to him in a way that Leo would call to Carolina, even though they didn't interact much. Who's someone important to Steven? What was her name? What was the woman? Is she alive? The Golden Lightning?
Claire is alive.
Got it. So I can't really summon her, but I've tried to summon her like 3 times.
Lewis is alive.
Yeah.
It's important to Steven would be fucking Elder Michael. There was also... all of the Death Fists are dead. You know that other than Elder Michael, Claire, and Lewis, Steven's best friends were someone named Toxic and somebody named Dawn.
I'm gonna call for Elder Michael.
Okay.
Fuck it, we will.
Okay.
Let's bring the big baddie daddy himself.
Yeah, who's the other one?
Oh, I can only cast it once.
Oh, okay.
I thought I could do twice, but
Yeah. Yeah, as you cast the spell, getting the ceremony started, out of the ground, like dry ice smoke, curls up into a very, very, a muscular man. White hair, deep tan skin, and even though he's an angel now, he still has almost horns and almost claws. His hair is kind of tinted red also. And his wings are still kind of leathery. And he walks up, arms crossed. I still haven't decided what his voice is going to be. Oh, God.
Hello, Governor.
Oh, no. I don't fucking know about that one.
Canadian.
I don't know.
What's the apps?
I have to my
Minnesota.
Just do.
to only talk.
ChatGPT.
No, I can't. Fucking
Hello, I am
God.
Elder Michael. It is
Right,
good to
right.
meet you.
Hello.
It's
My name is Amigo Montoya.
You killed my papa.
Daddy.
I was debating of what if I gave him a hick accent but made him say thee and thou?
Oh, so classic Shakespeare.
It's I have spoken to him a few times.
To
On
thee?
his brief visits to heaven.
You have spoken to these?
I has not spoken to thou. I have spoken to the that one. I don't know.
Yay. Ha.
Asia was a pain in thine ass when he was alive.
Yeah.
I've got to work on his fucking voice, man. I don't know.
It's working.
I'm gonna fucking read tarot cards about it or something.
Slapping it. flapping haired Canadians.
Insult the moon water.
Yeah. But yeah, he is here, and he would say some Merculian prayers in Infernal and Celestial, and would instruct you that you need to open the soul canister so Ash can truly die.
Alright, put him out to pasture.
I'm just gonna hold it up, just like shaking a little, kind of look like at everyone else, like, do I have to do this? What if he doesn't come back? What if he doesn't come back? What if he's? I know I told him if he's done, but what? I don't know.
Jean would reach out for it.
I mean, here's the thing, Pale. We've been to at least someone's heaven before. It's not like we can't just break into another one and go get him.
I'm not gonna force him back.
I mean, sure, but look, worst case, we just go up there and we ask him ourselves.
I don't know how to lead without him. I'm just gonna look to Jean like, you're stronger than me. What would you do? Little elf girl.
I have decided that Daddy's not going to leave. He can't. He promised.
What?
He's not gonna leave.
Oh, they said live.
Not
oh,
leave.
shit.
Leave.
No, I want my daddy permanently dead forever.
I hate him.
I hate him. Beat him to death. Bailiff.
I know that I'm going to live several centuries more than Daddy, but he promised he would stay as long as he could.
Yeah. As Pale pulls out the Soul magazine, I will take some of the flames from Pale and create a little fire under where he would open it and get my Phoenix feathers ready.
Mm-hmm.
And Jean wants to touch the Soul magazine.
I'll hand it to her and say, if you want me to open it, I'll open it. If you want to, you can. If we want to do it together, we can do it together.
She's gonna nod and like press her face to it and like just kind of hold it for a minute, and then like kiss the glass and then hand it back to you.
I'll open it up.
Okay.
Saying a prayer to Merkul as I do so.
Yeah. And a ball of, like, most souls are white, obviously. You know, bright. It's Stephen's soul, when you saw him in the vision when he went to Pelor's heaven, was black. Just because he was so ingrained with Merkul magic, even though he was a good person. Ash's is like marbled. Like this sounds gross, ink mixing with milk. But it does shimmer black and white light as it floats up like a firefly into the sky. And then that is when Margaret and Dennis begin their incantations and burning stuff. They smash Soon's tear into a mortar and pestle, sprinkling it with holy water. It would be hilarious if you guys used the Vivianite holy water here. That'd be hilarious. I don't know if you're going to.
I also have blind holy water, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Okay. You don't have to use all of it, just a couple sprinkles.
Just little bits.
Yeah. But with all of you, it's Pale. Make a persuasion check with advantage. Jean is also going to make a persuasion check with advantage.
Nice.
The others of you can also make persuasion checks. I'm going to have Elder Michael do one also.
Yeah, I'll do perception.
Persuasion.
Yeah, I'll do persuasion.
Okay.
So I'll say, I'll start my prayer, and then when I'm supposed to whenever the soul is supposed to be destroyed, I'll move the fire onto it with feathers.
Okay.
I got a 9.
I got 7.
Let me write these down. Hang on.
Nah, just memorize them.
Is this all instantaneous, or are there 6 seconds between these?
This is during the hour that you're praying.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the prayer written down, by the way.
I'll add a 5. I'll add a 5 to myself and Pales then.
Nice.
When we're making these checks, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Darian,
cool.
do you want to read your?
Yeah.
Yeah.
O Vivian, Phoenix God, whose flames of resurrection burn bright, grant this fallen soul new life with sacred light. Rise from the ashes, return to immortal plane. Let this spirit rekindle Banish death's dark reign. In your fiery embrace, let the soul be reborn. By the grace and power, let the death hold be torn. Vivian, hear my plea. Heed my sacred call. Bring back the departed, restore and enthrall.
That's fun.
The persuasion check. And it's at +8. Okay.
So with a total, Bastion is yours 14?
Yes, mine would be 14, Pale's would be 12.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. That's
With advantage?
Do I roll? Do I get to roll
Yep.
with advantage?
No, because you've never actually met him.
Okay. Well, that's an 11.
Okay. What was yours again, Pale? I'm sorry.
12.
With the +5?
Yep.
Okay.
Rolled a 4 and a 6.
And Carolina, does yours include the +5?
I rolled a 9 and a 10, so I'm right there with you, bud.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get the +5.
Okay, so 16 for you. I'm going to roll for Jean. Okay. So she is going to have a 24 naturally,
Plus a D4.
plus a d4. 125.
Nice.
These are averaged, though. And then this is
Yep.
going to be Margaret's Arcana check. With Dennis helping her. And then... Soon's Tears do give you a bonus, though. This is going to be for Michael. Okay. So all in all, it's not that great. Let's see here. And then, Pale, I want you to roll me a D100.
I was gonna say, for each of these checks, I've got 3 extra +5s I can dole out, so just add 15 to whatever the total is.
Wait,
Okay.
me?
Whereas I've
Pale.
been adding it to, plus this already?
Yeah, like I'll just
Okay.
go ahead. I'll use all my. Is this the only thing we're gonna do today?
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like resurrecting someone's kind of a big deal.
So you have, like, 6 total of those +5 things,
I have 5 of them because I have uses equal to my int mod.
right? Okay.
So I will just add a 25 for whatever the total roll is.
Okay. And then we already used one for you 3, so there's 2 left, right? So that's another 10.
Yes. Yeah, to the Arcana check and the other one.
Okay.
So yeah, I rolled a 36. I hope that that's good.
Okay. And then I'm going to roll one.
No.
I meant to roll a D100, not a D20. Okay. Let me do math.
You don't have to.
71.
Was that for your D100?
No, 35 plus 36.
Oh, I have a calculator out. I wish I had something more suspenseful to do while I did math right here.
On guard.
And combat begins.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah, we just resurrected the wrong thing in the right body.
Oh, I was thinking more like when the Eldar were trying to resurrect Ivrain and Iniad, and then suddenly Astartes.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah. The Pelorians, they found us right outside of,
No.
like, fairly close to a city that fucking hates them.
Sometimes the writing in GW is so magical.
We
There's always
resurrected.
been female Astartes.
Yeah.
We resurrected our tournament.
I will
Oh, not
say,
again.
it's so funny that people getting mad at there have always been female custodies, because it's like, bro, GW does that shit all the fucking time. Like, what do you mean?
I do love the art this one made where it's like female custodian and the guy's like, hey, wait, no, there haven't, and she pulls
Oh,
an
it
eye.
did the
The
Zinch one.
Zinch eye.
Yeah.
And then so much art has been made of her, and I was like, oh, yeah, of course there have always been. It's a Zinch ploy. It's and it's all because one of the custodians in the Blood games released the Demon of Zinch. Of course.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair, actually. Yeah, I mean, I'm just liking the art because I'm never one to turn down art of 9-foot-tall women that could squish my skull with their bare hands like a.
What if they asked you for blood, though?
If
Yeah, I was
they
gonna say,
I
is that a needle?
yeah, I'd be first in line. They could turn me upside down like a blood bag in Mad Max.
You're my hero. I hope you know that.
Yeah, thanks.
I think it'd be a little
I'm
less
just
Mad Max and a
desperately
little more
alone.
Blade. I think it'd be a little
Oh,
less
God.
Mad Max and more Blade Trinity.
Ooh, terrible movie.
Hey, Pale, make a religion check.
Uh-oh. Here we are shooting the shit when suddenly the game we're playing,
Ah!
17.
At 17, you get the urge of what's the
I will say the +5 can go to this roll. I have to have seen people make the roll to add the 5
I
to
mean,
it.
a 17 is good.
No, I
Let's
know,
not
but a
burn it.
17 isn't above a 20, and we are bringing a guy back from the dead.
Maybe it's just a little guy.
I mean, that arguably makes it tougher. He's got a small soul.
Mm. That could
Uh,
have soul.
you. How do I phrase this?
You fucked up.
No.
Yeah, you failed. He is permanently dead. Whoopsies.
No, it's like, oh god, how do I say it without? There's like a spoiler buried in there.
Just say it delicately.
Oh, thank you.
It was at this moment you knew he fucked up.
No,
It's possible. It's necessary. It will be hard.
it's Merkul is telling you this, and it's more of a warning and also asking permission and kind of an apology. Does that make sense?
Ooh, I'm pulling out the blade.
Okay, what are you doing with it?
I'm gonna look at the others and say, how long can you guys heal an idiot?
I have all of my spell slots.
Fantastic. If I die, bring him back first. I'll be easy to come back. I'm not gonna hear that.
I've got Revivify.
I don't like
cast
that you're ready
Revivify.
that fast.
Hmm?
Don't sweat it. It's not worth it. I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself, and do I have a spell that would help me with this? No. Just punch it right into my chest.
Okay. Are you doing the salt circle thing where you're summoning Merkul to Earth, or are you just like releasing Merkul energy for the spell? What was your intention?
I mean, if I have salt with me, if we have the salt, then I'm bringing him here with me.
Okay. And being that you're not in an enclosed space, as is usually done, not necessary, but usually done, it's the black aura of Merkul spreads out across the fucking campsite, I guess. And Elder Michael, who doesn't know you, is standing over you, also saying incantations and also ready to heal you, being that he's like a solar and he's going to be good at it. But the black smoke curls up again of you've summoned Merkul to a mountainside in Thunderscrim. Hopefully there's no repercussions.
Well, we're inside the house, I thought.
Oh, in the cabin? That works too. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, never mind. You summon Merkul
We're still fucking up, but not as
no.
obviously.
to the cabin that Wade built with Sergeant Greybark over a weekend, and they kidnapped Henry here. Yeah. He is standing, one arm kind of crossed over his chest, and like, you've probably never seen a god bite their fingernails. But he's like,
Loven Khan is holding him at the gate.
Merkul says,
This will work. He's just gonna be very depressed, which, like, that's normal. He does want to come back to life, to Jean. But his adopted father is kicking the shit out of him, keeping him from crossing into heaven. Are you good with that? Because
and he hesitates to say this,
it's necessary.
Listen, if I can save his soul with a cup of apple juice, I can cheer him up again.
he would nod and pat your shoulder.
I was like, thanks. Cough up a bit of blood. You get it, Murky.
He does the two-finger salute of like,
I'll see you at home, Michael.
and if you pull the blade out, he will disappear again. But in that moment, as the Merkul energy spreads across this camp, you guys just barely. You got an average of 23 with all of your numbers and everything.
Yes.
That I had ordained, and you needed a 22. Congratulations. Yes.
Oh, let's go.
It was mostly Jean carrying you guys with her 25. However, it's her daughter. That makes sense. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's not discount my free 25 that we got added to the average.
A great deal of Gond is the god of creation. You're creating a man a whole new body.
Yeah.
So that is a big deal.
Like I said, the body is just another machine that you can build.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then
I'm gonna build a person.
The whole prayer of Carolina was the second highest with a 16. It's a Vivianite thing, resurrection. You know, it's the whole deal. But just like that, on this kitchen table in Wade's cabin, Cardinal Bishop Asia Ash Barlow is reborn in flesh form. He looks just like himself, except for he's pretty emaciated and like covered in bruises. But he's an older, pale half-elf with black hair that has a white streak in it. He's even still a 5'9" twink. All except for, as he lays on this table, exhausted and weak, he now has absolutely piercing, deep forest green eyes. And Jean shrieks and runs up to him and, like, holds him in a hug. And he just kind of weakly coughs. He's not all here yet, but...
Does he have skin now? Or?
He does. He's completely skinned. He's got fingers and toes. There is no more wood left on this man except for the other wood, but
That'll be identified later.
Yeah.
There it is.
Which Dennis and Margaret and Jasmine all cheer and like high-five each other. Margaret's pretty exhausted from the spell. It also helps that she's the great-great-granddaughter of Vecna and you're doing necromancy, but she as soon as Ash appears on the table and Jean starts sobbing into his chest, they get the part of the tablecloth and like kind of throw it over him a little bit. He looks cold. He's like shivering, even though you're not. It's coming back from the dead's really hard. What?
I have a Mylar blanket. I'm putting that on him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've been holding on to that.
The man like slowly blinks to more consciousness. It kind of grabs Jean's hair, struggling to keep his eyes open. Just what happened?
We have something you might want.
He looks up at you, pale a bit, and then sits up on one elbow looking at the rest of you and Jean, and mostly to you, pale. He starts like crying kind of instantly of a totally completely broken man. He says, why me and not anyone else?
You have been through everything. That's why.
How many of them are left? Kind of still homely Jean's hair. He's like, where is everyone?
We don't know how many are left. Enough. Numbers growing every day. A great nation letting us, Stephen, come here. He's here, by the way. They're healing him up. Medicine, not magic. You, because you, beyond all the prophecy of you and others, beyond the fact that I do not know how to lead and you do, and I will have a right against the god.
Pale? They're all fucking dead, aren't they?
No.
You should have left me there for 1,000 fucking years. They got in my head. Are you kidding? Why would you take me from the dungeon? That's exactly what I deserved.
Right. Hey, are we
why
all
would
chill
you?
here?
What happened to?
I'm just gonna lightly put my single finger on his lip. Are we all cool here? Then I'm gonna point at Jean. Are you cool?
the necromancers and Elder Michael, and they all shrug, and Jean's like, yeah, I'm pretty cool, man, and my dad's back.
All right, Elder Michael, I'm going to ask you to turn around, and I'm going to ask you to hold her so that she can't see. It's just going to be a little weird. It's nothing bad. He's not going to hurt. It's just kind of weird. I promise you. I pinky promise. And I hold out a pinky to her.
She gives you her pinky, and Elder Michael covers her eyes.
I'm going to hand him his brain.
He looks at it, and part of the spell is that he forgets that it exists, but as soon as he sees it again, he knows what it is. And so the man locks up and draws in a ragged breath and starts shuddering, kind of saying the word fuck, holy fuck, over and over again. And he absolutely
stops. Your daughter is here. She can still hear you. Stop cursing.
He starts sobbing and then kind of like brokenly screams the word fuck and then starts fucking laughing and laughing. And he starts laughing so much that he starts sobbing again. And then he starts sobbing so much that he fucking laughs again. And then just kind of like lays on the table laughing and crying to where he's like struggling to breathe, and he puts his hand out for his memory ball brain.
Yep, I put his ball in his hand.
Uh-huh.
The ball that I've licked.
The man
that I
chokes
made a
it down.
copy of.
That you have a copy of, yes.
He doesn't need to know that.
Yeah.
But he chokes it down. It's the first thing his new body has eaten is, part of his old brain. But Michael assumes it's fine and lets Jean go again as soon as it's swallowed. But as she's still crushing him in a hug, and he's like weak and bruised still, he says, before you answer these questions that I have for you, I'm about to ask, keep in mind that I desperately need you to say yes to all of them, okay?
Yes.
You're a time traveler.
Yep.
You know the future for a bit.
For a bit, yeah.
Nothing else bad happens for like a little while, right? Like a fucking week.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. At least a week,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And then he just presses his face into Jean's head.
You're my body.
What?
Nothing.
He knows that we've synced up with time, right?
No.
No. But it's fine. Everything's fine.
Like, what's the worst that happens in a week?
Why would you say that? The DM's listening.
Who?
Oh, the courier.
Oh.
And what do you guys do immediately?
I can't message him, can I? So I can't really tell. Wait, is Stephen conscious?
He is conscious. He is in so his body is in Iris right now, and he's not in it. His consciousness is in heaven.
Got it.
Which technically he's melded with Merkul, and you don't know how deep that goes. So,
Terrifying.
Since Merkul was just here, maybe Steven already knows some shit.
Probably already does. That's horrifying. I'm just gonna kind of say, hey, Ash, do you want like some cake or something?
I am actually,
Yeah, he needs to eat. He's so skinny.
And that's when it occurs to him that he looks down to see how skinny he is, and he just freezes looking at his hand.
Oh yeah, different fingerprints. That's gonna be weird, right?
And he turns his hand to look at the back of it, with just a dropped jaw.
Come on, you should know that like the back of your hand, Ash.
And then he looks at his foot.
Now it's getting a little uncomfortable. Stop paying attention to your feet.
And
Yeah,
Jean
matter of
nods
fact,
to him.
Why are your toes out? Ain't nobody paying for that right now.
Put those dogs away.
But those dogs are barking.
Sorry.
And Jean pokes his hand and goes, Daddy, you're not made of wood anymore. And he's like, yeah, I can see that. Wow.
Yeah, so less splinters places.
No more Pinocchio.
He's gonna stare at his hand for the next 20 fucking minutes. opening it and closing it and opening it and closing it.
I'm a real boy.
He's only had a torso and a head made of flesh for like the last 45 years. Whereas 5 years of that, he didn't have arms and legs at all.
Miracle of flesh.
So he's gonna look at his flesh and like, maybe cry a little more.
So
Like,
anyway,
oh
I'm
God,
gonna do,
where's
create
Katrina?
food water. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
she's we're just gonna look him in the eyes and say, she's with Mercool now.
He looks at Jean, and Jean goes, "Your mum's dead." Like, oh. Thinking back, Pale, I had time to think in the dungeon when I wasn't, like, screaming in agony as they slowly cut off my arms and legs and try not to let a wizard in my brain. So I confronted Golden Prayer, and it's complete delirium, and I'm like, so this is the guy who's a time traveler and joins us. He tried to kill me in front of you, and you're choosing him as your champion. He worships Tyr. How? I have no idea where Stephen is. This bastard's ruining this and taking Stephen away from you. What the fuck is this? And God essentially told me, after Stephen, he will be my next champion. Go to him now. He's going to kill you. And in my rage and insanity, I thought that meant now that you were going to kill me then. Because he just sent me an image of, like, me being absolutely broken with no arms and legs. After you just admitted he cut them off, and then you stabbed me with the communion blade, so then I suppose God didn't bother to clarify.
He's not good
You were
at
going
that.
to kill me. You were going to kill me later.
Yeah, he
So maybe that was
really is
supposed to
not
be-
good at the whole
it was-
temporal thing.
Supposed to be encouraging.
He's gonna kind of squeeze his face like grandmas and stuff. Like, see, and look at you now. You're doing so good.
It's, I love the guy and all, but why does he have to be so fucking quirky?
Would you rather he talk in riddles, or that
I
he
wish
make
the
us tie
lesson-
ourselves up?
Over and over, it's be patient, Ash. And I suppose it's humbling to remember that even I can still misinterpret prophecy. I wish the lesson had not come during something so mind-fuckingly stressful that broke me as a man or whatever.
That's where the best prophecies come from. Emotional turmoil.
I don't fucking know about that. And
Yeah,
I was
neither do I.
I've been planning to make you grovel for, to make me forgive you for, like, trying to kill me and cut off my arms and legs, but then he saved me, so we're even. And he looks at his hand again.
Kind of is a weird balance, huh?
Yeah. It's, no, we can talk about that more later. Does anyone have a pair of pants I can put on?
I got a
have
dress.
extras?
I got a battle dress.
Can I just forge him some pants real quick?
Yeah.
Forging.
With my click. Wait, no, I think it's tier level 3 I need to. Yeah. Wait, fuck, never mind. Yeah, can I just forge him some pants regardless?
Yeah, you stretch out your arms to nature and, like, blades of grass fly out from the trees around you, and as you grab them in your hands, they manufacture a pair of pants. They're nice. They're, the same quality as cotton, even though it's made out of, like, mountain grass. And he puts them on.
I'm gonna emblazon Gond across the ass.
Oh, God.
Or I'm gonna Gond down.
He nods and says, tasteful, and, like, puts them on without complaint, and then takes his trench coat from Jean and puts it on, and just continues labored breathing.
Hey guys. So I kind of did a thing. Well, I haven't done the thing yet, but I need to do a thing.
Mhm.
He squints
Sorry,
at you.
Sorry,
And
Ash. Not you. Continue to look at your skin.
I didn't even know you were a Vivianite, Karina. What else? Is that Callan? God, I hope that's an upgrade. You're much shorter. You can fit through doors now. That's incredible.
Ooh, Ash. Carolina, you go do your thing. Carolina. Ash, there's a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, I gotta meet the courier.
Oh,
Regarding Kara. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
we'll have to catch up later. Man, I've only saw you like 6 months ago. God damn, alright, you're efficient.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can't kill innocent people ever again. So kill,
Right.
not innocent.
I fly away.
What?
Okay. I mean, I hadn't been planning to, and the times that I have before have been regrettable.
Just saying, because otherwise, you're gonna have a god killer after you. We got some special diamonds to bring you back.
He looks around. He's like, "Oh, nice to see you again, Dennis." And Dennis is like, "Yep, you remember my name. That's crazy." It's like, I mean, you know, it's not every day you meet a necromancer coming around with a time traveler who's going to be the next champion of my god and everything. So, thank you for the pants. Who are you?
Oh, hi. I'm Bastion. I've the champion of Gond. I've been around since the beginning of the material plane. Pleasure to meet you. I shake his hand.
Yeah, he'll put his new hand in yours, kind of nervously, and he says, "So, and you're the champion of Gond, and you helped resurrect me."
Yeah, I've been getting really into building people lately. I have a bunch of souls I'm putting into bodies back at Thunderscrim. Yeah, I'm a father of like 1,000 plus robots. Well, robotic bodies, but they're real souls. But yeah, I helped with that.
Why? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but why? But every other Gond person I've met has wanted to kill me on sight. I mean, most people want to kill me on sight, but like,
Well, Pale wanted to, and I trust Pale's opinion on a few things at least. Not all the time. He can make, and I look over at Pale for a solid couple of seconds, and then I look back and I go, Pale can have bad opinions. Sometimes.
Ash kind of slowly nods with an open mouth.
Also, I was curious on how this actually worked. I've never seen us resurrect someone. We've killed a lot of people, but I've never seen the opposite process.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. Also, I feel kind of bad that we, killed your wife. Well, I don't feel bad we killed your wife. She was a terrible person. But like, I didn't want to just kind of leave your daughter to not have any parents. That felt kind of like a bad thing to do.
He kind of flinches when you say that Katrina's a bad person, but he's like, I do appreciate you not making well, they wouldn't be orphans. Like, well, Jean and Luca would be, but, and I suppose George and Rowan. Oh God! And he looks at Jean. And he's like, did the others know that I briefly passed away?
Hopefully not.
She's like, no, I didn't tell anyone else. He's like, okay. Are you sad about your mum being dead? And she's like, I mean, Daddy, you are my favorite. He's like, but you're still allowed to be sad that your mum's dead. You know, it's I completely understand. I'm sorry. And she's like, no, I'm a little sad, but it's okay. And he's like, okay. Well, darling, you let me know. Grief's a funny thing. As it might get worse later, Lord. I'll have to tell all my brute brothers that we're pseudo-free now. That's wild. I mean, there are only 6 of them left, but...
Hey, free is free.
Or I suppose free's the wrong word, and he kind of winces at Jean, and he's like... Yeah, and then... How long was I even there?
We aren't quite sure. At least what do you want to say, like a month, Gene? At least?
And she's like, you were in the prison for 18 days. And Ash laughs of, oh, fuck me. Like, I thought it had been years. Okay. Until I saw you hadn't aged when you came, Pale. Oh my...
Yeah,
Wow.
no. It's a whole thing. You know how it is with time travel. The more you do it, the less rules apply.
He nods and he's like, okay, I'm not going to talk about that in front of Jean. All right, cool.
Otherwise, she'll start trying it.
Oh no, she will.
We know. I'm kind of dead eye stare at her. We know.
Yeah. So I never went anywhere. I'm just circling the cabin.
Okay.
I'll come back in. Mr. Ash.
Yes. Well, you don't. I mean, you know, you don't have to call me that, but
I don't, because I don't know you. I'm not who you think I am. That is my sister.
his eyes widen and he looks at you, and then Pale, and then Bastion, and then back at you, and he looks at you like toe to tip of. Okay.
Who I thought to be dead.
So you're not Corinna, and this is not. Well, this is obviously not Callan. It's Bastion, champion of Gond.
Yes.
Callan had a sister, or they both had a sister. Corinna had a sister.
Two more. We're quadruplets. Identical.
Did you also escape Songtrill? I mean, you didn't have an accent. Unless you're really good at not having one, I suppose it's easy to not have one, but...
Never been.
Interesting.
Is that where they are?
Currently? Not to my knowledge. I mean, I haven't... like I said, it's been like 6 months since I've seen them, but, I mean, no, I don't imagine she would ever go back.
Where would you know of them to be or frequent?
Very likely somewhere around here often, just because it's hard to get Callan on a ship of any sort, though they didn't magically travel. A sister, okay. How are you... I mean, she was born in... Are you sure? Have you ever met her?
No, I haven't met my sisters. I thought they were dead at birth.
Awkward, yeah.
Oh.
We did meet some recently, though, didn't we?
Not exactly.
How do you know that you're her sister if you've never met her and don't know where she is? And
Just the simple fact that you thought I was her. Just the simple fact that you thought I was one of them, and you said both of their names.
he looks at you, Pale, and he's like, "Did you let her? How?" Well, the only question is, I don't know how you know their names of... I don't want to give an associate her address away.
I know their
Listen.
names because of my parents.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff with Carolina's family that, quite honestly, I don't know if any of us except her fully understand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Well, as far as I know, she has no idea you exist, so I suppose we can introduce you.
Oh, right, she's still alive?
Yeah, I mean, last I heard.
Oh. Well,
No,
Caroline, I don't think any of your sisters are dead.
I don't think so either.
I think you were lied to from birth.
and you think Callan is your sister also?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, she is like a haunted robot, basically.
We have one of those.
I mean, sure, that's you're the first. Not only are you the champion of gold, the first one that I've ever heard on, you're also the first sentient robot I've ever met.
So
I
far.
mean, not that you can really meet non-sentient robots, but you know. Okay.
You know, we also have another sister, Chalice.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Okay.
Like I said, a lot going on with that family.
Where are we?
Oh, we're right outside the kingdom.
Which one?
Well, specifically King Henry's summer home, his little party house, little chalet. That should help give you an idea.
He squints at you and then looks out a window and he's like, "Are we in Thundersgrim, Pale?
Not city limits.
We need to run, like, now. How the fuck are we in the dungeon already?"
Oh, Bastion's, you know what people say, the Maw is coming, ends up at the language. Bastion and all of his children can speak it, so we are the only translators for the last king. Bastion also is healing King Henry of his ailments, so again, helping current king.
Yeah, I figured out how to make a whole circulatory system and lungs.
Yeah. And
Like I said, I've been learning how to make people.
And I think King Henry just finds Carolina and I funny at this point, because honestly, Bastion's just pulling all the weight here.
You know, it's, I thought the only way to make people was the way that I've made 13, but I suppose that's something the champion of Gaunt could do.
Well,
Yeah,
now you
I
got to
mean-
make a 14th.
I mean, like
And
I
they're
said,
not just-
people are just basically like a little more complex machines.
Mm-hmm.
No, but my point still stands. Thunderscrim, and you haven't been shot in the head, Pale.
No, we're actually, I'm going to pull up my little medallion thing. We're able to go wherever the king likes us. We are essentially an arm of him.
And you think for a second he's not going to like me? You think for a second he's going to like me also? I'll be shot on sight.
Oh, please, you're not that lucky.
Oh god, that's even worse. But hey, you know, it's I believe I've had enough prison, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
You're not going to prison. Are they your allies?
Who?
My sisters.
I've employed them a few times. She's not really allies with anyone. She's a gunner for hire, you might say. I've even fought against her a few times, but no hard feelings.
Did they ever speak of their mom?
To my knowledge, their parents were executed for espionage,
Oh. Okay.
and they were taken in by the state shortly after that. And even typically, when parents of children are corrupted, if they're above the age of 11 or so, the children are also executed because they've been poisoned. So your two sisters got, apparently, lucky.
Okay. Thank you.
And now I think about it, I suppose Robot or Mech Callan is named after an actual sister that Kurna had.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, your family's a lot. Respectfully.
I turn Pale's flames hot pink.
Yep, fair enough. I don't resist.
No, but like I said, okay. Alright. You guys keep getting me off track. Yeah, you brought me into Thunderscrim. They're gonna murder
Yep.
immediately. Well, not murder, I deserve it, pretty much.
No, you did nothing wrong. Listen, there's only one real potential threat to us, but I think that we will be able to win him over.
Oh, you mean, Lord Victor Yegrin, the guy who killed Vecna? Or not killed,
Hey.
banished, whatever.
So you already know what we're up
Oh,
against.
I'm very well aware, sir. I run a whole spy network. Come on.
Yeah, and you know what goes great with a spy network?
Yes.
A mercenary army led by a god killer.
Indeed, I know about it. I'm shocked they haven't already sniped one of us.
Well, I'm just saying, if we can have our interests aligned, there are 7 souls set to meet.
He narrows his eyebrows at you.
Don't worry about it. Wasn't supposed to say it. It's okay.
Okay. What I'm saying is, either help me get out of here, or I guess, Jean, you can tree stride, and she nods. And he's like, Pale, I'm going to have a very difficult time calling you sir. You know that?
Please don't.
Technically, your name is, Holy Father now.
You can just say Big Daddy.
Listen, I don't know you like that yet. It's...
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, oh god.
Up my
Where did
pool.
it go? Now, my notes of things I wanted him to say are a fucking mess.
That's what all my notes are.
Yeah. Yeah, just, technically I should be addressing you as Sir or Holy Father, but then, in the spirit of trying to be honest as your second in command right now, know that I'm not exactly happy about it. I'll do my best to defer to you around others. It's imperative for the chain of command and morale and all. But just past you, maybe present you I'll get more along with, but past you, I just want to time travel so I can kick the shit out of you. And maybe Ildor would let me, to be honest.
Ildor would absolutely let you. He's already killed me multiple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for being a time traveler.
No, it
You were
was to try and
part of it.
it was to try and save you. But
You were part of the killing, Ash.
yeah, but
He has wide eyes at you of, I don't know, his expression goes soft at you for a single second, but...
I'm just gonna do a quick little, sending to him of just like, hey, Shabarla, you are going to be outliving me. Once this is done, you will remain here until this earth cools and shatters. I will be waiting to flip you off at the gates of heaven.
The man kind of nods and looks at his hands again. And he's like, well, I'm not sure. He's talking to you in the message. And he's like, well, I'm not sure about that. And it's going to take me a long time to get over the dysphoria, but thank you, really.
Anyway, if you guys want to hold Tree Stride back and we can get Ash a room where he can explore his hands by himself.
Yeah, Elder Michael does the finger snap point at you, and he's like, do you need me anymore?
Nope, have a good one. And then, the second it disappears, wait, what does that shit mean? Son of a bitch.
And Ash is like, bye, Michael.
Damn it.
He turns to you, and he goes, that guy's kind of a douche, right?
Oh, yeah, Hundo P.
Okay. Just making sure you knew.
He gives off the vibe. Non-douchebags write prophecies that make sense.
Oh, yes. Yes. I've written probably 25 books about things that he's written. It's a lot. You need to be high to understand it in the first place, honestly.
Well, I can't wait to go through that with you.
Yeah. And we'll end here, but though he's talking in a normal tone of voice, he is still kind of trembling and has 1,000-yard stare. But with his daughter hugging him around the waist as he's kind of sitting on this table still, having, all the information taken in, he's not good.
No.
If you ask him, hey man, how you doing? He's like, he's not okay.
Living the dream.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to bring it back around. Before we end, does anyone have any last things to say?
Nope.
Okay.
I would tell them what I have to do with Kara, and I need to know the name of her mentor.
Iris.
Iris, that's what it was. Okay.
Iris was that one.
I lied. I do have something to say, and it's that I absolutely love introducing Bastion to people. Because,
Yeah.
I'm a basically immortal being who's been around since you could even trace back your lineage to. Pleasure to meet you. Also, I build people.
Yeah. I'm sorry you didn't get to do much other than introduce yourself. That's
No, I mean, I'd like to imagine that I helped us pass the check. So I did something. I'm here.
You did.
Yeah.
He's a support character.
Yes.
What's that?
And you've brought back the character that needs the most support. I'm kidding.
No, you're right. Well, peace out, y'all. Thank you.
Bye. Hey, it's your GM, Bailey Ford. I would like to thank our regular players, Darian, Matt, and Ian, Hip for our cover art, and Tabletop Audio for our background music. You can find us on Twitter at Illithids, and thank you especially for listening.